Oh shit! I forgot to add it on your. Well, that's all right because it's ain't an official. It's not an official stream. It's an unofficial official stream. Okay, so the reason why we're doing this is because, well, I went through a whole fucking debacle this morning because apparently these showed up and well, they were delivered through Amazon Ground, but Amazon couldn't have been fucked to actually bring the fucking packages or the package to my actual physical address and delivered it to a completely different address. So I had to work all that out. But I did finally get my fucking Skeletron figures. Oh shit. That's right. I got not one, not two, but three Jungle Wolf Troopers. So I will be opening those on stream and on here because I don't feel like waiting until Monday to open them because there's a lot that we have to get through on Monday because there was a lot that was just dropped. So we're going to be working through that. But before I get to rambling and lose my thoughts, I do want to again thank Fumbling Through the Galaxy Snape, and I want to thank uh, Auntie Miss Virgo for allowing me to come on the show last night. Um, we had fun. I was on my best behavior because I was told I was representing the Smoking Joes, which I have never been on that show, so I'm not quite sure how I'm representing a show that I've never been affiliated with. But all jokes aside, it was really fun. And yeah, I already said I would love to come back on because I know Snape was all excited because he wanted to talk horror and anime with me, but Shane and Woody they don't do the anime stuff. They don't do well. Shane's into horror, but he doesn't do anime. They don't do anime stuff. So Snape, I got you. Next time I got you, we'll sit down and talk some anime. Um, because oh look, see there he is right there. Um, in the flesh. Uh, well, yeah, old anime. But yeah, I got the Skeletron figures in, and I had to heat up the knees because the upper part of the knees they were bending just fine, but I think something in the lower part of the knees felt like something was caught, so I had to heat them up. But man, these things are beautiful. And all the weapons can be stored on him. So the grenades, they plug into the back. His little pistol, some new stuff that keeps me up to date though. His little cyber sci-fi pistol just pops right on there. His rifle, I think there's a spot to plug in the rifle somewhere on his jetpack. The claws plug in. So, oh, and his extra magazine, there's a spot right there. So, it's almost like, a bigger company. It's almost like a bigger company could be taking notes on how you properly do a $40 figure when you want to upcharge figures now all of a sudden. you want to increase the prices on your figures, this is how you do it. And I don't know what kind of technique they did for all this printing for the camo, but that's on there. It's like somehow it's built into the plastic, so even if you bend the knees, none of the camo gets chipped. So it's really nice. I think Marauders is who did the camo for the Jungle Trooper, and when I was more into 1/18th and not so much 1/12 scale, I was buying from Marauders, so I knew the quality of what to expect because like my deep dive back into collecting was with 1/18th scale, and I've bought parts from Marauders and built some characters and stuff like that. And the quality of their stuff is really good. And when they started doing the different camouflages for the urban colors, kind of the different branches of the military, their camo, jungle camo, desert camo, forest camo. Um, they started doing this technique, and I'm not quite sure what they did to achieve this, but I'm really impressed with the quality of this figure. So I am going to sit down and do do a video, even though I'm already working on a review already. Um, I have to give Skeletron their props, and on top of that, um, I reached out to them this morning about my little dilemma, my delivery dilemma I had with these figures. And as soon as I hit send, it was not even what less than 3 minutes later, just like that, I got a response. And after that, it was a back and forth, and it was repetitive, and very frequent. So their customer service is on point. Um, and I explained the situation. I sent them the documentation, and they said that if it ended up being a misdelivered, they would have new ones out by Monday. Monday morning, they would have new ones out. So if anyone is hesitant on purchasing from Skeletron, I can absolutely tell you that this company genuinely gives a shit about their customers, because what other companies can you think of that immediately respond to you when you have an issue? I think the only other time I got kind of a quick-ish response was with Valiverse when I had the QC issue on my Day of the Dead Sidewinder, but that took probably about a day or so. These guys responded really fast, so um, props to them. I'm very impressed. And what also impressed me, since I'm already talking about it, um, not only did they pack these figures really well and made sure it was padded on all sides, so if the box was thrown around, the figures wouldn't have gotten damaged, but also look at this, vacuum sealed in plastic wrap. Like, you can't, like, there's no tearing this. I would have to physically tear it. And look at that. Look at the box. Not a ding, not a dent, not a scratch, nothing. Pristine. Pristine, man. I mean, look at that. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, it sounds like what do you say, glazing? Like I'm glazing Skeletron right now. But as a consumer that has been collecting figures as long as I have, I'm genuinely impressed with this company, and I've never bought from them. I missed the Skeletron Kickstarter, and even if I did back it, I wouldn't have complained waiting. Um, you know, the what was it, couple of years that it took for everyone to get their stuff. Granted, I waited 4 years for a Kickstarter I backed, and I never got any of the figures. Even though what I was told and what I saw was that the figures were good to go, that they just needed to tweak the joints, and never fucking got the figures. Got a partial refund, but never got the figures. So, and Shane's over here in the chat telling me that I haven't opened it. So I'll do that now before the views start dropping. So you get a little sneak peek before. I already took a picture of the box, so it's fine. So you take it out of the plastic. I don't know how the glare is going to go with this, but off the bat, presentation of the box, beautiful artwork, Skeletron Red Shadows, shows you everything that's in there, 14 and up. You got the side, you got more art on the side, then you got the back. With all the data and the little readout here, everything there. You know, it almost reminds me of file cards. You know, it's almost like a company that started fucking file cards almost forgot how to properly do this, how they used to actually do this. Even when I was a kid with 25th anniversary and Rise of Cobra, Pursuit of Cobra, they had file cards where it fucking gave you a readout of the character. So if you didn't know who it was, you got to read out the character, you know? And Hasbro just totally forgot how to do file cards. It's crazy. And then there's the little layout of all the other characters. I think these robots are on pre-order, I think, right now on their site. So those, I think, come out next year. They have an accessory pack to make Red Wolf. What is it? Blood Wolf and Red Weasel or Wild Weasel. But since this is essentially the UK version or Action Force, they couldn't call them that. And then there's 2 figures that aren't on here, but yeah. So like I said I wouldn't open it. This guy, I wouldn't open it. How are you not gonna open a toy? That's crazy. Oh, and then look at this, and then everything on the bottom here, it tells you everyone that worked on the figure and who did the packaging and who did the art and all that stuff. So pretty cool stuff. I am going to keep the box though. I am going to keep the boxes. Usually I throw these away, but you know, because I like art, I'm going to keep the boxes and put everything back in there. But the figures are staying out because those are going on my shelf. But this is the presentation, the the package. So he has jetpack, his claws, 1 set of hands, 2 sets of hands, the magazines for the rifle. You got the grenades, the blast effect, the stand, the handgun, or well, not the handgun, the space blaster, all that stuff, and the helmet. I will say the helmets for these, they're Yeah, the claws are really cool. The helmet's it's kind of, a little squishy, but it's not it doesn't feel gummy. Like it feels like it's soft, just soft enough to be able to put over the head sculpt. And then if you want to see what they look like without the helmets, that's what they look like. So not bad head sculpts. They kind of remind me of I'm gonna have to grab him real quick because he's over there. But the Cobra Island Firefly, like that first wave of classified, like the Cobra Island stuff, that's what this reminds me of. So I don't know if they got people that worked on classified series to work on these, like former Hasbro employees to work on these, but the printing on the eyes is really crisp. And I will say that everything on this figure, there isn't not a lick of paint that is like a QC issue with any of the paint. Like everything is where it needs to be. Let me take the blast effect out. Everything's where it needs to be. The little details like the skull, like the logo on his chest, that's all punched in. Little buttons. He's got some paint here, I think on the side. Is that paint? No. These little hits of paint on the gauntlets. What else? The little hits of paint for his sidearm with the plasma rifle here. There's all those hits of paint on there. Little bits of silver, gunmetal, stuff like that. Even on the jetpack, there's little tampoing, like warning labels, hits of paint on that. So, I'm genuinely really impressed with these figures. I have 3 of them right now, and I think, what's going on, VX? Long time no see. I'm just opening up my Skeletron figures that finally came in the mail. And then even for the belt here, those little grenades that go on the back, they have little bits of red for the buttons. I can see the review already. Well, I was at work and I was brainstorming, coming up with something for the review, something I wanted to try out. So we'll see what the weather is like next week, and I might have to take these out and do a little bit of a play motion and see how these handle the environment and see how they blend in with the trees and dirt and all that stuff because of the camo. But yeah, these are really nice. I haven't checked out the stands yet, even though I don't really use stands with my figures. They just kind of, I plop them on the shelf and that's where they stand. And if they fall off, they fall off. If they stay, then perfect. If not, then just gotta rearrange stuff. But nice plastic for the stands too. They got that nice. Oh, there you go. Use my light here so you can see. So it's their little Skeletron logo. I like that it's in this triangular shape too. It's a nice, unique stand though. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. I'm genuinely impressed with quality of these. Now, if you want like a side by side with like here's with the Valiverse just to see. So they're the same skill as Valiverse, and then that's not a fair comparison because those little kid bash, but like next to classified. Uh let's see. Sold out already? Let me see. There's no way those sold out. Those just went up. Those just went up last week. Let me see. I'm gonna see if those are. Let me see. There's no way those sold out that quick. Let me see. There's no way these things sold out that damn quick. They just said that let's see. No, they're still up on the No, they're still up on the site. Here, let me Yeah, they're still here. They're still up on the site. The Wolf Trooper, this trooper, which I really like this. Usually I don't really like vac metal, but with the contrasted colors, I don't really mind it. And I do like how the designers kind of replicated themselves in figure form. I can't remember who that's supposed to be. I know it's one of them, but maybe Shane knows because they were at Joe Fest this year. I do want to get a couple of these too, these little drones. I should have got them when they were at DFW because I think that was the only thing that they still had were those little drones. Because when was it when Roll Keeper, I think BX was with us too. When we went over to the call sign Longbow, they said they had a few Robo Skulls, but they sold out. I think they only brought 3 of them, and they all sold out the day. Yeah, these just look really cool. But I had to get the Jungle Trooper, the Jungle Wolf Trooper first. I had to. It's just that camo, just the camo just drew me in. And then the helmet with the green. Yeah, it just like it was. I was seeing people who either got it early or got to take pictures of them early that were posting pictures like this, and I was like, yeah, I have to take the hit. So yeah, it shows they're still here. So the regular 4-inch ones, the 1/18 scale ones, and these ones they have, which even for a 1/18 scale figure, and I don't collect 1/18 scale anymore, but even for 1/18 scale, that's very fucking impressive. Granted, you're losing a lot of, well, you're losing some of the detail that the 1/12 scale one has, but even then, like, these just look really sharp. Like in pictures, these just look really sharp. So I'm hoping they restock the fucking Robo Skull though, because they said they have, I think, one more shipment coming in at some point. I think probably next year is what they said. So if they once they get those in, I'm definitely gonna get one, because this thing is just, it's too fucking cool. And Rule Keeper said it was worth it. So and the fact that it's both a 1/18 scale and a 1/12 scale vehicle at the same time is just so cool. And it comes with this little case to put the little drones in. And it also comes with the figure too. But then the box is just so cool. And you could put the stickers on there, but it doesn't, when you take it out of the box, it doesn't come with the stickers. So if you don't want those on there, you don't have to put them on there. But yeah, the fact that the mouth opens and there's this, it's so fucking cool. Yeah, they should have them at Joe Fest, because I think I saw their what is it, 2026. They said they're going to be at Joe Fest. So yeah, if they I don't know how the fuck I'm getting it home though. I don't know how I'm getting it on the plane, but either I'm getting one on the site or I'm also getting one at Joe Fest. Even if that's the only thing I buy at Joe Fest is this, I'd be happy with it. Yeah, it's so cool that you can switch out the chair with it. I think, oh yeah, you could even put a figure in there too. So if you have 1/18 scale figures, you can put that in there. So it's like a little containment thing, and you could fold up. Oh, it's so fucking cool. I don't know if they have any pictures of the chair, but this is for the 1/18 scale. This is the chair right there, and then this is the one for the 1/12 scale. And when you put a 6-inch figure in there, they peek out the top here, but when you put a 1/18 scale only, you can only see the gunner back here. The pilot is hidden in the actual face of the skull. So that's just so cool. And the missiles, the eye sockets are missiles. You could put the Gatling guns in the eyes. It's just so cool. And I had to do some research on the whole Action Force thing, and apparently this was a toy in the 80s, and it's a very rare piece to find from all the original Action Force stuff. To find it complete with all the pieces, nothing's broken, like it's pristine, it fetches a lot of money. So I've never personally seen what that particular one looks like, but this is really cool. I'm gonna make it. I think I should be able to make it. I still have time banked, time off banked that I haven't used, so it should roll over into next year. So I should be okay to make it. Once I figure out, once the whole staying situation where we're staying and all that is figured out, then I should be able to just buy my plane ticket and we should be good to go. Because that's really the only thing that I'm waiting on, because I asked Woody and Woody didn't know what the situation was. So I didn't know if we were doing the uh if we're doing the Airbnb situation like we were doing a DFW, or if we're all doing we should get a B&B. All right, well, someone needs to reach. Well, don't reach out to Woody. Woody's dealing with a dilemma right now, or he was earlier, maybe like an hour ago. He was dealing with a dilemma. So hopefully that worked out okay. But now I feel obligated to open up this other Jungle Wolf live. But yeah. I'm hoping they actually have these figures there too for people to buy, because if they only have them just for online to buy, that would be kind of dumb. I kind of am hoping that they allow people to buy them at the show, because these things are too fucking cool to not want to walk past the booth. And if you saw these, I would probably buy some too. That's how I felt with because I know the Operation Monster Force people are going to be at Joe Fest. We're staying at a hotel down the road. Well, listen, as long as you give me the details before then, I can put in the time, and they shouldn't have an issue approving me for it. So, but I gotta wait until probably the end of this month or the beginning of next month to put in the time for what's it called, for Joe Fest. But yeah, Operation Monster Force. I don't know if there's really any other ones that I need to immediately get. I think the 3 that I just shipped were the only ones that really had some sort of interest to me. So now that I got those 3, I think I'll be good. I could wait. Well, maybe the general and Dr. Calamari, maybe if I saw him. It's the 20th through the 30th, so it's towards the end of June. I think it's that last weekend in June. And I think Crow is going to try to make it to Joe Fest this year too. So that'll be really cool to get to meet Crow. I'm not going to articulate this guy because he was sitting outside. I don't know how long he was sitting outside yesterday. And it is starting to get colder, so I am going to have to start taking figures off the shelf and heating them up to make sure they don't fall and break, especially all those NECA Predators up there. Really hoping that they don't fall and break on me, because that would really suck. Especially the that Stoneheart Predator. I really don't want breaking because he has LED units in him and he lights up. So yeah, I don't want him to break. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to make it. I'm definitely gonna try to shoot for Joe Fest. So it's like a 90. It's like almost a 90%. Let's see. That fig needs a spot treatment and a coffee cup. I just hit this one with a little heat from a hair dryer and it was fine. Now the one that I needed to heat up the most with the hair dryer though was because I bought Budo and I forgot I had an extra Valverse body, so I had to heat some parts up to get off, and I had to do some work to get the head sculpt to fit, but it does fit on a Valaverse body. So you can use the rest of the parts. If you have an extra Senshi, it works. I used the Night Op Senshi, but it works. It's a hell of a figure. I never had Budo, but I love Samurai, so I have to give Hasbro their props because they definitely did a great job with Budo. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up on a lot of top 10 lists for classified this year because he genuinely is a really, really good figure. And the fact that they give you enough parts in the box to make both versions is really cool. But this traditional samurai is fucking awesome. This is a really, really nice figure. So props to Hasbro. Props to Hasbro for putting out Budo. I'm sure more people will probably get him if he shows up at Ross next year, RossCon 2026. Listen, if Budo actually showed up at Ross next year for Christmas, I would probably be tempted to pick up a couple more of them just to, even if you got to repaint some of the parts or dye, if you use Ritz dye to cover up the red and do different parts, switch out the hands. That would also make a really cool army builder if you wanted to army build a samurai. So you put Budo's parts on a Valafig. Listen, Woody put what the hell did he put? He put Vala stickers on a gridiron vehicle. So I don't care. I paid for it. At the end of the day, I think it's funny at first, but then once people bust your balls about that, then it becomes irritating because it's like, well, you didn't pay for it. I paid for it. Did you clock into work for me? Did you work the hours for me for my paycheck? No? All right. Well then, you know, oh, Starduster. Wow, 790. Damn, Ross, okay. What was it? How many classified figures did Ross get this year? They got Agent Helix, they got Jinx, that Sergeant Slaughter, retro carded Beachhead. I think retro carded Beachhead, Coco. Someone found Scarlet. The Cobra Eel, the Snow Serpent, and that Starduster. So that's nine classified figures already. I think, what was it, was it last year? It might have been last year. It was the twins. The twins, Stalker showed up, Crocmaster, that Snake Eyes and Timber that Peg warmed at Walmart. I think that 3-pack of Vipers. Oh, that Duke, that Tiger Force Duke with the Ram cycle also showed up last year. But I don't know. I think Ross outdid themselves this year. I think RossCon this year was better than last year because the fact that they have retro carded, you could army build Snow Serpents and Cobra Eels for $11.99 each. When those, I think, went up to what, 27 now? Retros are 27. I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. 27 compared to what, 11.99? Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna complain about retro carded figures showing up there. Oh yeah, the Hulk. That's right. That's right. All those Marvel anniversary figures showed up. The Hulkbuster. I think that Doctor Strange 2-pack. Um, a couple of those X-Men 2-packs showed up. Yeah, it was. Yeah, this year. Yeah, Ross outdid themselves this year, even though they figured out the pricing now. We're not getting the we're not getting the Ross deals like we were in previous years, but I will I won't complain that much because 11.99 for retro classified figures is still that's still better than 27. So you could still army build them on a budget. But oh, the Tiger Force Rakondo. That's right. Tiger Force Rakondo showed up at Ross too because I have him. Um the what else showed up? That Tiger Force Bazooka showed up last year too. Yeah, even the NECA figures. I haven't checked Ross because I know the one near me probably sucks ass. They had their moment last year, and then after that, it's been pretty dry. I'm not gonna lie. I think their last good. Maybe that's how it was supposed to go. Me, hmm. Maybe that is how they were supposed to go. I think they were supposed to go like this on those wolf troopers. I think that's how the oh well. But yeah, Helix for what, 4.99. Um oh no, who no, that might have been the year before. That might have been the year before that all those classified showed up. I think last year it was Grunt. Last year was Grunt. Um this cover girl showed up. This cover girl showed up at Ross. Shipwreck showed up. Um, what was it? That whole wave. I think it was that whole wave that she was in. Shock Blast showed up. Oh fuck! Now that I think about it, damn. Maybe Ross just kind of. No. Oh, Grunt was at. No, are you sure? Because I remember Grunt was at Ollie's. Or not Ollie's. Grunt was at Ross. Maybe he was. She had Ross in New York. Listen, you gotta get with Roughshot. You gotta get with GB. GB has been the hookup for people. He's been the hookup. Him and Miss Virgo, they got an operation going. They got a tight operation they're running over there. They're getting the deals for everybody. You gotta be put on the wait list. And the one when they get to you, they get to you. I'm just kidding. Um, like they helped Woody get his Ghost Vipers. When the Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack showed up, Ms. Virgo sent me a message. But I ended up passing on it because I didn't want to get stuck with. I didn't want to get stuck with the Thanos because where am I supposed to put him? You know, there's like nowhere really that he blends in on my shelves over here. So, but I passed on it. And I also know that eventually down the line, Hasbro is going to re-release that Psylocke and put her on a retro card. I can already see it. I can see it in the future. I'm calling it right now. Hasbro will put that Psylocke on a retro card and resell it. Um, you're still looking for go. You got to hit up GB. You got to hit up Rough Shot or hit up Miss Virgo. Because they got the hookup. I've been looking. I was looking for Ghost Vipers for Woody down here. I haven't seen them. So, but not all my Walmarts got the little island thing that all the figures went on, the little figure island that they had. Because the store that I worked at and the store that I work at now, they didn't have that little island. They don't have it. I think there's only one Walmart. There's one more Walmart near me that has that little island, I think. So yeah, hit up GB. He's got the hookup on the on the Ghost Vipers. He's got the hookup. I'll keep looking down here if I have any luck. I know who to contact. But I haven't had any luck. I think we've just replay squad. The wife is not amused. Uh oh. Well, he's gone. Shane's gone. He's taken off. But yeah, these wolf troopers are really cool. I might have to. At some point, I am gonna get 3 more of these because I want a nice army of 6 of these. Let me see. Let me grab his let's see. Where let's see. Trying to see if I can find trying to see if I can find his see if I can find his channel and link it in here. That way you can reach out to him. Let's see. All right, I gotcha. How the hell am I supposed to link those? What the hell? They damn changed up this whole damn layout. Well, here I gotcha. I'm gonna drop the link. Oh god, that's not what I wanted. Imagine this was an actual Monday stream. Oh well, this is good practice though. This is good practice for Monday because but I just put GB's Graybeard's Instagram in there. But yeah, his YouTube is Roughshod Stocks. And he does toy hunts. I think he puts up a toy hunt at least every week to let you know. And he does go live with Fumbling Through the Galaxy every Friday. Every Friday night, he's over there. Um, but yeah, these Wolf Troopers are sadly these don't count as top 10 for this year. I cut it off after November. Whatever figures I got for after November, I'll those will get tossed over to 2026. Um, so yeah, sadly these Wolf Troopers they don't make it for 2026. And I think Snape did ask me what my figure if I was doing top 10, which I am already doing top 10, but it's not really a competition for who got the number 1 spot this year. I think it's been pretty obvious who this year got the top spot for figure of the year, and she's already sitting in her little throne. She's up there on my shelf back there. She's already sitting in that. Well, one version of her is sitting up there in her little throne. The other one I got in my hands. And I'm currently working on a review for her, so I'm in the process of editing that. So we're already in the process, but it's gonna be the Romanki Gun Girl. The Romanki Gun Girl, my figure of the year. I already knew she was probably going to be my figure of the year, and after searching and trying to find her, I got her off AliExpress, and I got the deluxe version for my birthday. That was my birthday present. So after getting her in hand and messing around with her, she is my figure of the year. That was a no-brainer. I still have to get the other version of her with her gauntlets. I got to get her actual jacket, because the one that she came with is not her actual jacket. I still have to order it. So that's my number 1, and then my number 2 figure for the year is this one right here. This is my number 2 for the year. Is the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn, the reissue, or not the reissue, but maybe it was the reissue. The renewal version, whatever you want to call it, the updated version, the SDCC exclusive. For some reason here in the States, this was an SDCC exclusive if you couldn't get her off of Japan. She is still up on Hobby Genki if you're still interested. Really well done figure. I had the original one, but I love this version more because they went back and fixed a lot of issues that the original one had. Yeah, she's fantastic. So the ladies have taken the top 2 spots at least for top 10. Here I am. I'm here. We're still figuring out the other 8. I got a lot of, I don't know if I got a lot of choices here. I actually can't remember if those qualify. You know what? I'm actually going to see if those qualify for this year or not. Because when I bought those Jada Cyberpunk figures, I actually don't know if those qualify. Or if those were No, those qualify. Oh shit, those actually came out this year. Oh fuck, then yeah, the David and Lucy, um the Jada Toys Cyberpunk figures. My David doesn't have his jacket on because I took it off to give it to Rebecca. But yeah, dude, the Jada shit is so fucking good. It's really good. Granted, they upped the price on these, but yeah, him and Lucy are really good figures. I genuinely might pick up another set because I wanted David with the jacket because I robbed his jacket to give it to Rebecca, so I might get another David and Lucy. But yeah, these figures are really and I got to get rid of this janky ass chain that he comes with. This well, he looks stupid right there. If I got him posed like that, yeah, this little janky ass chain. I got to replace that too because that's pitiful. That he's supposed to have like a really nice gold chain with the cross on it, and it's just this fucking string. This is I know where to get one of those. Where to get the chain for him, so it's fine. Um, Still trying to pick her up. Let me see who still has her. Who still has that Ramonki gun girl? Because I think Gun Damn It had her for a little bit. Let me look and see who actually had that figure. Let's Damn, Bombasby sold out. Um, let's see. Let's see. You wanted the regular or you wanted the deluxe version? Because the deluxe version is the one that has the two figures in it. It has the regular version and then the one I just showed you where she's in like that the first I want to say those first couple of episodes of Edge Runner. Yeah, within like the first three couple of episodes of Edge Runners when she's just there and her hair she doesn't have her hair in the pigtails. It's just her regular long hair where she's in the her little bikini that she has. Because if you want that one's gonna be more. Because I'm looking on eBay. And I see. Fuck, she did go up in price. 260, 250, 275. There's one here for 199, but it's 20 delivery. Is this the deluxe version or is this the regular? Oh, for the deluxe version, they have an auction for the starting bid is 149, which isn't too bad. I had to get mine off of AliExpress, which I'm gonna check after this and see if they still have her or not for the price that I paid. Because I'm genuinely curious, but fuck, I think they only did like 2 runs of her. They did the initial one, and that one had the QC issues, and then I think they did another run, and then I think when Gonzo sent me the link, when Gundamit had it, that might have been their last run. but I'm gonna look right now and see if maybe the seller the seller I bought it from still has her in stock or not. I'm gonna see though, because I think when I got mine, she was one. I think she was one seven. No, she was 160. I think, and then after tax, she was. All right, let's take a look here. 256, 242. Um, which one was it though? Which one did I get? All right, I found one. So it's 185.94. Oh, probably should have put this up. All right. So this is what I found. So it says 185.94, but it also says that it'll drop down to 180.48. Um, and then the shipping is $19. But I got mine October, I think, is when I ordered mine, and she didn't get here until. No, I might have ordered her in September, and it took about a month to get here. But I'm looking to see if they have her, but she might have shot up in price a little bit. Let's see. I can see the deluxe is 205 on that one. But fuck, honestly, BX, I would say AliExpress is probably your the last option to try to get her. Because other than that, I don't really see. I don't see her going back up again. Huh, that reminds me when I fucking what's it called? When Gonzo bought his snail shell, the snail shell bunny girl, and fucking box came all crushed and shit, like somebody sat on the package. And I felt so bad that I gave him the one that I got from Ami Ami, and the box was all pristine and shit. And I told him I'll take the one with the crushed box. Luckily, she didn't break. Nothing on her broke, and I still have all the parts, but I still felt bad because I was like, yo, how the fuck are you gonna do somebody like that? Where you're gonna like not even put in a box to ship it? It's crazy. But yeah, I think like it's at like she's like at 200 and something now. So yeah, it's gonna be rough to try to find her. I think the only other option is to see if maybe somebody fucking has her for, if somebody ends up selling hers or selling theirs, because I think I reached out to Rowdy and she was supposed to sell me hers, but she said she was gonna wait until the fucking Jada Toys one came out, and that still hasn't been released when that went for pre-order. So I had to scramble to find mine. But I will say, if you could find her and she's for a price that you don't mind paying, she's a great fucking figure. She really is a really good figure, and she comes with a lot of stuff. Like she comes with the big ass chain gun that she has at the end. Um, the gauntlets you can just slide off of her hands, and you can put regular hands on her. She comes with like three different face plates, whole bunch of hands for the regular figure. So I mean, she comes with the pistol, um, her little like tactical belt that she has with all the pouches and stuff. Um, she comes with like extra swappable like little clothes, that stand that she comes with, um, a little pick to switch out the eyes and stuff, and yeah, but yeah, what's going on, Cran? How are you? How are you tonight? We just opened up. We just opened up the Skeletron stuff. So, well, I opened up two of them. There's still one more in the box, but there was a delivery dilemma with these, and I was like freaking the fuck out because I'm at work trying to figure out what happened to my figures. But yeah, Skeletron was able to help. They were even willing to send me replacement figures. Like by Monday, they said they would have had replacement figures out. It is. I had to, Cran. I had to, dude. These jungle wolf troopers are so fucking cool. With the camouflage, I had to. That camouflage just drew me in. I was like, yo, I have to fucking get I have to get this and check out the camouflage. But like the camouflage on this shit is it's superb. But I can't be surprised because I think it was Marauders that did the Marauders Gun Runners um did the camouflage, which I know that they pissed a lot of people off with the Kickstarter, but and they had some people say that they took the money and ran and all that stuff, all that drama with the Kickstarter, but they gave people the option to either get their money back or to get it in store credit, because I think it was Rollkeeper when we were at DFW. I asked Rollkeeper about that, and he said that he picked the store credit and he's still sitting on Marauder store credit that he hasn't used yet. So, I mean, I've been a customer with Marauder since, when did they start? 20, was it 20? It was like right after. I want to say it was right after their first Kickstarter they did. So that was like 2018 or something like that. I think. How long have they been open? Let me see. I'm about to see, but I've been a customer with them for a good chunk of years. And let me see. Um, well, it says 2005, but their Kickstarter wasn't that long ago. It was maybe like a couple of years, but they're, what's it called? They're like, I'm looking at their site right now, and they have the Vietnam shit up. Well, some of it they have up, so you know they couldn't deliver on everything, but they at least gave people the option of whether or not they wanted their stuff back. So I'll always vouch for Marauders because let me tell you something, man. I had shit. I've had a couple of orders where I was either missing something or something broke, and they immediately took care of me. Like they didn't give me the runaround. It didn't feel like I was pulling teeth or anything. They genuinely took care of me. Now, granted, I haven't ordered from them in a couple of years because the only 112 scale stuff that they have is the their 112 scale weapons, which I've bought and they're pretty good. Um, but I will say, and I was thinking about it I when I saw these figures, I was like, yo, if Marauders ever did some 112 scale figures, the shit would be the bomb. Like it would be the bomb because if you take all the gear off of this is essentially like a Marauders figure. Because they've done this camouflage pattern before. So, it's not like it's a new thing for them. They've done it on the little 3 3/4 inch figures, and those were really, really well done. So I'm telling you, if they ever did those, if they ever scaled up those blank figures or those like kind of stripped down figures where you can get the gear and shit like that for both the male and the female figures, dude, people would go wild for those because when they first did the when they did their after their first Kickstarter, those figures sold really well, and then they did a second Kickstarter for the female figures. And when those female figures went up, I remember it was so hard for me to get certain colors because they were just fucking sold out. Like the all black ones where it was just all black, those were hard to get. The gray and black ones, or the gray with the black accents on the bodies, those were hard to get. So I'm just saying they should totally invest in or figure out a way to like scale up their figures because it'd be pretty damn cool. And we have somebody new in here, brother BKL Sport Entertainment Show. Um, thank you for the kind words and thanks for stopping by. I don't know if that's for wrestling, but yeah, shout out, yeah. Let me see, what else did I get? I did get the replacement head for the Sidewinder. Where the fuck is he? So now his face isn't all fucked up. It's how it should have been when I opened the fucking package. This is how his head sculpt should have been. So the fact that they were having QC issues, because I think Gonzo ordered he ordered 5 of these, and 3 out of the 5 had fucked up head sculpts. So tisk man, $30. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy collecting Valaverse. Like I said, I cherry pick the shit just like I do every other line. But when I'm paying $30 and it's a fucking gamble whether or not I get the variant head sculpt or I get the regular one, I shouldn't be dealing with QC issues like that. Especially in these times where I think I said it a week or two ago, where you have to You have to be very picky, choosy with the lines that you collect. And yet here I spend what I think like 10, maybe like $10 more, and there's no QC issues. The head sculpt on this, no fucked up printing on the face. And I'm about to pull the head sculpt off here so you can see. No fucked up printing on the face. Look at that. Look how crisp and clean that head sculpt is. No fucked up printing on the face. Perfect. The shit is just perfect. Granted, did I have to heat up the figure a little bit? Heat the legs up a little bit. Yeah, the arms are fine. The legs I had to heat up just because it's a little bit cold down here. Otherwise, if it was a little bit warmer outside, I think it would have been fine. The heat would have just loosened the tightness on the knees, and it would have been fine. But Cran, I'm excited for you. You're gonna love that figure. I feel like I'm a fucking Men's Warehouse. I feel like I'm a Men's Warehouse representative. You're gonna like the way you feel. So, you know, I'm telling you though, it's a really good figure. What else did I get? Oh, you know what else? I saw these on Amazon. I think who was it? I think it was Menjoza messaged me that um something went up on Amazon that they had something, and they had the backpacks. So we took that backpack that mainframe came with, which I hate. I'm sorry to all the original Joe collectors. If you had this guy as a kid, I'm sure the backpack was the shit. But to me, you know, I didn't really like it. So I gave him the Valaverse one with the little radio and the little phone, a little bit simpler. And look how much cooler he looks, right? Not all that hoses and all that shit hanging off the back. He looks cool. Um, Dial tone, I love his backpack, but again, the shit is chunky. So, you know, I didn't like it, so I gave him that backpack that has the phone and it's got the little solar panel or whatever the hell that is on the top, and it fits. It fits. It looks like it fits with them. So, I like it. Um the other ones, like this one we saw with the Steel Brigade Deltas. So this isn't new. Um, this one I think maybe came with the Infantry Commando. I feel like this came with somebody, this backpack. But you could pull the little tab off and you could put stuff in it. And then this is actually a new backpack where it has the little slot on the bottom. So if you have the weapons pack, India, I think that has the Gatling gun with it, you can plug the ammo belt at the bottom and sling this over a figure and you can have it like he's got an ammo bag for it. So those are cool. I don't know what I'm going to use the rest of those backpacks for, but I definitely wanted this one for mainframe, and then I wanted the other one for dial tone. So once I do my fourth quarter update video, whenever I get around to it, those will go up on the shelf after that. They'll join the rest of the brethren, but I'm genuinely thinking if I forgot somebody. I don't think so. I don't think I forgot anyone else that I picked up. I don't think so. And then Budo I picked up as well because I had to. I had to. He's a samurai. I love my samurai. Um, I'm a big fucking nerd, man. I love samurais. I love anime. Um, what was that? Fuck, what is that? What is that shonen anime? Oh, fuck, I bought that. Damn, I bought the shit on. Well, besides Samurai Champloo, but that is also a really good. There's also a really good fucking anime. If anyone hasn't watched it, it's by the same people that did. Uh, it's not Samurai 7, is it? Yeah, Samurai 7. That's the other anime. That's also a really good one too. Samurai 7 is really good. Um, Afro Samurai classic with Samuel L. Jackson. Um, it's also a really good one. Bleach, I don't think I ever watched that one. Samurai Champloo, though, I recommend that one. And I guess you could count Demon Slayer, maybe. But yeah, this Budo is fucking sick, though. Sick. But I've rambled on for an hour and almost 25 minutes. And I cannot bore my audience because it's not Monday yet. That's why this is an unofficial official stream because it's not. Hey, Miss Virgo, what's going on, Miss Virgo? I just opened up some of the Skeletron figures that finally came in the mail, and then I went over some early pickups, even though I was supposed to wait until Monday, but I couldn't wait. I had to. And I had to open these figures live because these things are they're just works of art. I love them. Bore us, please. Well, yeah, these just beautiful, man. These Skeletron figures are just beautiful. I have to, man. I gotta do a review on these things, man. I have to. They're works of art. I think genuinely that might be what I love about collecting figures now. Um, and I think maybe it was a case of self reflection that I was like, you know what? Why do I actually really collect figures now as an adult? And I think half of it is because there's still that like childhood mentality somewhere where I just want to pick up some of my figures one day or one night and just make some sort of story with it. But then I also think the other fact of it is because I love art and I love collecting art that I continue to keep collecting because I love these little tiny pieces of art. Even when I was collecting 1/18 scale, I think it was the same thing too. Um, I mean, you see the pieces of art back here. There's still pieces of art I haven't even put up on the wall. There's pieces over here you can't see. There's pieces over here you can't see. Um, but yeah, every time I go to a convention, I always buy art. So, uh, but anyway, I'm here and I'm still boring people though. But yeah, I'm still here. I'm gonna bore you though. Don't you worry. I'm gonna bore you. Um, but you know what? Since I'm on and since this is technically an unofficial stream, right? You know, this could disappear at any time. This could disappear at any time. You never know. Um, I had to talk about this. I couldn't wait until Monday to talk about this figure. Um, where the hell is it? Oh, now I can't find a damn picture of it. And when I do talk about this, Woody might genuinely think I'm out of my fucking mind for even thinking this thing, but I cannot help it. I can't help myself. So I was gonna wait until Monday to talk about this, but I might genuinely have to talk about this. And I was gonna bring it up last minute before Snape ended his stream. But this is Bandai. This is Insta Tamashi. So it is a figure art. But this is a Soul Jokoken figure, which if you're not familiar with import figures, this is like the Rolls Royce of what Bandai puts out is the Soul Jokoken stuff. It's you get LEDs, usually it's LEDs, magnets, die cast metal for a majority of the figure. And I think the last time I saw them do a Soul Jokoken was when they did the Megazord from I think they did the Megazord, I think they did Voltron a couple years ago, and that was all die cast and it had magnets and stuff like that. And it was very expensive. This is the version of Samus from the new Metroid. Um, I haven't gotten to play Metroid yet, and the Switch is very expensive. My nephew has one, but I want the new Switch that has the better graphics and stuff like that. Um, but I spent the same amount that that new Nintendo goes for. That's how much I spent on my PlayStation like almost 2 years ago, I think. So I'm not about to drop another half a grand on a fucking video game console. So I'll wait. But I do love Metroid. I love those kind of arcade shooters where um it's kind of like Contra, where it plays like Contra or Metal Slug. But I always thought that this suit for Samus was fucking awesome. And I love my sci-fi, I love my robots. So I I I might I just might be stupid enough to spend the price to for admission for this. And I do believe it has a metal um or yeah, so all this here is all the die cast parts. So, um, so I believe the cannon. I can't tell if it's the red parts. Well, actually, you know what? Let me go to Insta because oh shit, they're making another Common Runner. Interesting. SCG. So I'm guessing all the red here is going to be die cast to the feet. So all the pieces of armor here besides the shoulder pads and the cannon arm. But you can see in this picture that there's an LED in the center there. But yeah, I just might be fucking stupid enough to do it. I just might. I might. GB, I might have to because I pre-ordered this and I can't. It's too late to cancel it because I think of after or whenever the tariff situation was happening, HobbyLink Japan decided to change their fucking rules on pre-orders. So after a certain amount of time, you can't cancel your pre-orders. So even if I wanted to, I am locked in for this figure. And where the fuck is the... I guess I have to click on... this. Let's all right, where... Hang on. All right, so this is what I got. So this is not the look for Samus from that new Metroid, but this is her from... Is this Metroid Dread? Oh no, Metroid Other M. That's what it is. So yeah, this is a reissue of the original Samus, or that version of Samus that came out. And I couldn't resist because the original release for this figure is very, very expensive, and she was very expensive for years, and she was kind of a hard figure to come by. So I had to get her, even though she's gonna just be on the shelf. She's a shelfie, is what you would say, a shelfie. And I've owned several Figmas in my time of collecting, so so I'm used to Figmas. I think I actually still have a couple. You can see she has like the little comms thing there. Actually, she has different hair, doesn't she? Oh shit, maybe she has different hair. Does she come with different hair? Oh shit, that's pretty cool. So you can either have a younger Samus with the shorter hair there, or you could have her with the longer hair. So is she very articulated? Not necessarily, but I don't know if Jack Specific was going to get around to doing Samus. Well, Samus outside of the armor. So Yeah, I figured to pull the trigger, and it was only 60. So it was only 60. I know. I feel like Woody whenever he says, it's I'm only getting this amount, or it only cost this much. So fucking funny last night. GB was like, huh? It only costs how much? So, and then yeah, they have the two different versions of Samus. So they have the Metroid. Um, this is Metroid Prime 3 version of Samus, and then I thought they were re-releasing that one from. Okay, yeah. So this is the other one they're also re-releasing. Is this one from Other M, which is cool. But I guess they're not doing. I guess they're not doing Metroid Dread because that's what this one is supposed to be. Oh shit, maybe they don't have it. Well, it's supposed to be this, where the colors are different, but I actually kind of like the Metroid Dread one a little bit more. And I noticed a lot of people in the cosplay community, they usually cosplay the Samus from Metroid Dread. But yeah, you can already see off the bat how much these fucking Figma Metroid figures are. So you could see why Figma re-released these. So I'm hoping they re-release this Metroid Dread Samus, because I actually wouldn't mind. I actually wouldn't mind getting this one because, like I said, I really like the colors on this Metroid Dread Samus. But yeah, that was like the main. That was like my main. What's going on, 3-star? How are you, sir? Um, I'm sure you already did your. I'm sure you already did your top 10 for the year for classified. No spoilers, though. No spoilers, because I'm gonna be watching everyone's top 10 to see how many. I want to see how many of the of everyone's top 10s ended up on my list. I have to go through mine too. I only have maybe 3 out of the 10 figured out. But other than that, I'm still stumped. I'm still stumped on who's gonna make the list. I already have my number 1 and my number 2 already figured out, but the rest it's gonna be interesting. Oh shit, this is that a regular Figuarts or is that bigger? Oh no, that might be a bigger figure. I don't think that's figure art scale. Alright, I'm getting off this because I'm gonna get fucking distracted. But yeah, because I'm looking around and I'm thinking. I really am. I'm thinking who is gonna make the top 10. now that I have my one and two, it's hard kind of listing the rest of them. Well, you know what? Now that I just looked at my shelf, mm, I might have figured out number three. So four and below, that's going to be kind of hard to figure out. Just because I was so, and Three Star said it's going to be hard narrowing it down. I say that every year, but I know about five. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like when you have a number one, you're like, all right, I know this is staying number one, but because I cut myself off after I got, well, who my number one pick is, once I got that figure in the mail, that's when I cut off the eligibility. So like even how beautiful and well done these Skeletron figures are, they don't make the list this year because they came out after the fact. Budo, I can't count Budo either because I got him I got him this week. He came in the mail this week. So he doesn't qualify. Sadly, he doesn't qualify. Um but like the Jada Cyberpunk figures, those I would say count. Um the Jada Street Fighter stuff, like yeah, yeah, I know. I know. I as much as I want to break by rule, I can't. I got to put my foot down because I did it last year, and that's why I didn't do top tens because I was like, well, I'll extend it until December, and I'll cut it off at the end of December, and then I screwed myself last year, and then I couldn't do my top 10. So I was like, you know what? I'm putting my foot down this year. This was the deadline. If you didn't make it to this deadline, that's it. You're done. Um, you can qualify for next year. So, um, like even the Operation Monster Force stuff, as much as I know I'm gonna love the Donner Party, the Eraser, and Halloween Boy, they don't count. They they'll get included next year. So it's a really hard. It's going to be a hard choice this year because I was very nitpicky this year. So as much as I want to say every figure that I got this year was really good, I can't say that. Um Now, when you do your top 10s, when you get to like number 2, do you put in a couple of honorable mentions or do you just go, or do you get to 5 and then do your honorable mentions, or then you go 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1? Cuz I'm also thinking about honorable mentions, and it's going to be tough because I really gotta I gotta I had to make tough choices. I don't wanna deprive figures of their recognition this year, but I might have to because fuck, it's such a hard choice. Um I think I got dial tone this year, so he might qualify. Let me see. Um, Now that I'm looking at my shelf, um, you know what? I think I saw another nominee up on the shelf there. Mm. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention I got a Saw Viper finally. Amazon had him for like 24 or something, and I was like, "Oh, that's perfect. That's how much he was originally before he got jacked up to like $32 on Amazon." I was like, "Perfect. I'm gonna get one." So I got him. I gave him an M249, and I'm gonna have to paint the box mag for it to fit a little bit more towards his color scheme, but he's a cool figure. I'm not gonna army build him like the Alley Vipers. I'm gonna keep him just as one. Let's see. So 3 star said I usually do honorable mentions between 1 and 2 builds more suspense that way. I also do a biggest disappointment. Oh, well, hmm, that's the tough thing for me because I don't know. I think the biggest or whatever figure I had that was the biggest disappointment, I think I already sold that figure. Um oh, Top Fun has them. I love Top Fun. I've bought a couple of things from them. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look now after the stream. I'm gonna have to look and see if they still have any in stock. Um, fuck. Disappointing is really that's a tough one because what did I buy? That you know what? That thousand toys. Yeah, the thousand toys Spartan Cat. That was probably my most disappointing figure of this year. I was really anticipating that and really expecting to like it so then I could have a nice display of Noble Team and hunt down the rest of them. So then I had a nice representation of Noble Team to remind me of the wonderful times I had playing Halo Reach and remind me how gut wrenching that campaign was to play because at the time when I was a kid, I never really understood the impact the campaign had. And then when you go back and you watch the campaign, or you watch the cut throughs or the cut scenes all stitched together of the campaign, it hits you even more because you're like, oh, now I actually understand what's going on here. Um, and how they were able to put together a group of Spartans and give them enough personality in the time span of the campaign that when each one of them dies, it feels like a punch to the stomach. Like it hits you. And I can't really think of another Halo campaign that's done that. Um Maybe ODST, but I can't really but not everybody from ODST died in that campaign. Um I think the only other time I felt that like punch to the stomach was when I went back and I played the Modern Warfare 2, the MW2 campaign, and getting to see Roach and Ghost die again. I was like, it just fucking unlocked something. It unlocked uh memories that were buried. And I did play that live too. How long ago was that? I played both the original Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 live like a couple months ago because I bought them when they were on. Yeah, and then they got torched. Exactly. Exactly. So it even the knife throw at the end just is so satisfying. But yeah, that Spartan cat was such a fucking disappointment. Thousand Toys, I will never buy another Thousand Toys figure ever again. And good riddance, good fucking riddance to that to that company, because those fucking things are not as advertised. Um, like what you see in the picture and then what you get is like very different, and I don't really like the way that feels. So yeah, I hot potatoed that, and I'm thinking of another figure that I hot potatoed. Um, oh, you know what? The Mezco Ghost Face. That was also a figure I hot potatoed immediately. I think I opened it, maybe took the figure out just to look at it, and then I put it right back in the box, and then I sold it at DFW at the swap meet. Immediately right there. I fucking sold it that night. It was gone. It was gone. And that is the last Mezco figure I will ever purchase. That ghost face. Like, that's how bad I felt about that figure, that I'll never buy another Mezco again. They just really disappointed me. So, you know what, 3 star, now that you mention it, you just reminded me of 2 figures that I was really disappointed with. I think I got maybe one picture with that Thousand Toys Spartan cat, and then that Mezco Ghostface, I didn't even take a picture of it. It just went right back in the box. They opened it, it was a day it went right back in the box. And it stayed there until I sold it. Um, I sold all my other Mezcos too. I don't have any more Mezco figures. Um, all my Batman Mezcos, I sold all those. The Sovereign, um, the Ascending Knight, the Sovereign Knight, Supreme Knight, those are all gone. Sold all those. Um, at a Mezco Logan, I sold that, but that was years ago. But I did do a review it on my channel. Actually, you know, how old is that fucking figure now that I'm reminiscing, thanks to 3 star, I'm reminiscing about figures I was disappointed in. How long ago was that figure? That was uh that was 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago. And I think that was my first Mezco figure too. I think that was my first Mezco figure. I took a couple pictures of it and then just sold it. I sold that. There was another figure that I got. This is when Mezcos were like really cheap on Amazon. Um, the Mezco Catwoman. I think that's the only one I kept, but it's somewhere. Um, which that figure is not bad. It's just the articulation on it sucks. But those Mezco Batman figures is probably the best shit that Mezco's made. Are those Mezco Batman figures? But besides that, now I'm genuinely going through and looking at figures I was really disappointed with. That Figma Major Makoto, when that came out, I was disappointed in that because it had a QC issue, and I even sent the review to Good Smile customer service, and they said that nothing was wrong with the figure, even though there was. Um, and they didn't do anything about it. So shows you how much of a fuck you that was. I don't have many Mezcos. Oh, see, that one was cool. The Theodore sod cutter. That one was cool. Like those I would get again. If I gave Mezco another chance, it'd probably be something like that because I could throw that up there with Jason and Michael Myers, and those would look fine. He would look fine next to them. But if I go through and look at whatever that, good lord, wow, damn, look at this. Big Bad Toys are just really trying to get rid of this 3-pack. Good lord, now that we got on to talking about Mezcos, look at this. $117 for this Snyder Cut Justice League box set. Good fucking lord. This thing was $260 and it's down to 117. You know they're trying to fucking get, they're sitting on this shit for $117. You know they're sitting on this shit. It's probably gonna go even lower. And what's sad is I actually just wanted the Superman. I only wanted the Superman from this pack. Just because I really love that black and silver suit. Like even the head sculpts don't look right in there. So I don't know. That's quite a it's quite a sad sad sight to see. Like all these GI Joe ones, I didn't find any interest in those because I was like, well, I already have the classified. I already have like 2 classified Snake Eyes figures. Do I really need? Look, and they couldn't even be fucked to put a fucking picture of Timber in there. But from what I heard, it was a good figure. I think the Commando Snake Eyes, I think, is the one that people wanted. Look at this. The Mezco Pattinson Batman, $75 from 125. Man, they must be fucking sitting on these to get them out of there for that price. Sheesh. I almost thought about getting this one, the Samurai Jack, because I remember watching this. I remember watching this cartoon, but I was like, where the fuck am I going to put him? Realistically, where am I going to put him on my shelf? Where is he going to blend in? And I also don't even want to take the chance on, well, what if he has quality control issues and all that stuff? This Heath Ledger Joker, I thought about it too, but I was like, I can't. I have to stand. I gotta stand my ground on. Damn, Destra for 65. Fuck, that's a good deal. That's also a really good deal. They're really trying to dump them. You can have Samurai Jack hanging with Buddha. If he goes on sale, then maybe. If he went down to like $65, I would genuinely consider it. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I would probably spend that. I would probably spend that on a Samurai Jack. I've heard good things about this Destro too. Damn, that Destro actually doesn't look that bad for $65. I kind of wish he came with. Oh shit! He comes with 2 cases. Okay, well, the fact that that lights up is kind of cool, but that's probably also why the price was so fucking high. Um, I don't know. I kind of wish he came with like a briefcase full of money. That bishop, $76. Uh, damn, I feel like that Michael Myers has been out for so long that they genuinely should just lower the price on that one. Um, I actually heard that Dark Side is a really good figure. Trying to look to see if damn, look at that. They're even dropping their shit on their fucking Rumble Society stuff. That's crazy. Damn, Big Bad Tours, they were just really sitting on some Mezco shit. Good lord. Well, that Captain Marvel, I'm genuinely surprised they're still selling this Captain Marvel. This fucking thing is, this is like a couple of years old. Mezco. Like, this thing is genuinely a couple of years old. Oh, I do remember this. I remember when they showed the original like prototype pictures for this, and they showed the cat with the fucked up eyes, the cross-eyed cat, and everybody kept making memes of it. I do remember that. Hella good lord, $64. Wow, they're really out here sitting on. They're really out here sitting on these. Anything else or? Jeez, $120 is crazy. I say that as I just looked at a Soul Jogokin. Oh, dude, I saw this was on sale. I thought that was the fucking Mezco Crow. I thought that was that Mezco Crow that they came out with. Oh, look, they do have Theodore there. This, I don't know if this is the same one. He's got a bag on the top of his head, and he's got little turd gremlins. I don't know what those are. Look like shit monsters. They look like shit monsters, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. Little shit monster. Uh, but this guy is really cool though. Like how kind of cartoony his face is. Damn, this thing is actually really cool. Dude, his face is. Oh, I thought these glow. Oh, that would have been fucking awesome if those glow in the dark. That would have been so cool. Is like arthritis hands. The hell are those hats? Oh, that's cool. Huh, that's awesome. All right, we'll see. That's kind of fucking cool. I can. No, I need that one. Oh, you got the ghostly version? Yeah, those never. So I'm telling you, they never go on sale. They genuinely. Big Bad Toy Store is like, hey, we need to move. We need to start moving shit out. Is it this one? Let's because this one's 149. Oh, that's cool. The comic is cool. This kind of reminds me of Creep Show. Reminds me of the Creep from Creep Show. Damn, that is really cool. Damn, Duke for 100. This one should be on sale. This fucking Duke. That thing is gonna sit there forever. Oh, I thought this owl, I thought was really cool, but I was like, like the little decapitated head there. That's just really fucking cool. See that's cool. With the little altar and the blood splatter effects. But he's cool. Like the little owl thing, that's cool as shit. I like those. Um so oh, that one I thought was cool too. The Bartholomew Vex. I thought that one was cool too. Yeah, this ghost face, such a fucking disappointment. I'm looking to see if they even still had the crow on here or not. Oh yeah, I wanted Doc Nocturnal too, but I'm not gonna be shelling out that. Oh look, there's a fucking Logan that I had. This is the Logan that I had. I had this Logan because he had the dog tag and the really cool like snakeskin hat. This was a good fucking figure too. I think I got this shit for like $50 off of Amazon. I got it for like half the price. Because I remember when I got back into collecting, everybody was up in arms about fucking Mezco being like the shit, and I was like, oh really? Well, they got this Wolverine. I'll check it out. I'll see what it's all about. And then I got in and I was like, it's cool, but like he doesn't really look like he fits in with any of the other stuff that I collect. So why the fuck would I keep him? And then I sold him, and then yeah, and then I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with it? But anyway, people, we've been on for 2 hours and 9 minutes, and it's not even Monday, and I gotta save some stuff for Monday. So I really only came on here to open these fucking things and talk about them, but we ended up going a little bit longer because Rough Shot and Miss Virgo wanted me to go a little bit longer, but I promise you I will be here Monday on time this week. Last week I wasn't. I got wrapped up in the video games. But this Monday I will be back. We'll probably talk about that Soldier Coke and Samus all over again. And you know what? As I'm wrapping up here, what did I say? The 20. Yeah, I said the 29th, right? Yeah. So in a couple weeks, well, 3 weeks. So 3 weeks from now, the 29th will be the last evening with 112 for 2025. And I wanted to go out with a bang So I have started to reach out to um, some acquaintances I've made uh, doing this, and asked them if they would love to be a part of this end of the year final episode for the year. And so far, I have Mython the Python is coming on. I believe Graybeard and Miss Virgo are coming on, and Fumbling Through the Galaxy, I believe, is already confirmed. So if you are interested and you aren't doing anything that Monday and you have some free time and you want to come on the show, you have an open invitation. Just, I guess, reach out to me on Instagram so that I have a place to send you the link. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll make sure to keep plugging it because um, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep no. This wasn't supposed to be a show. This wasn't supposed to be a show. This is, I think, supposed to be an hour, but we went over, so it's fine. Um I'll still keep it up. I'll fumble together a little thumbnail uh later on. But yeah, so if anyone else is interested, you want to come on, I think the plan is to talk about our top 10s. I know everyone's doing their videos. So if you get your video out before then, but you still want to come on and talk your top 10, talk figures for the last time for 2025, I'd love to have you on. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And we have Mython. We have Mython the Python. You know, how rare of an occasion do we get an appearance from Mython the Python? So come on. So I'll be plugging this. I'll be making the thumbnail for that. I think what is that, in 2 weeks? 2 weeks. What is that? The 22nd. That'll be our Christmas stream. So I'll do a stream on the 22nd. So honestly, I might wait until the 22nd to open up those Operation Monster Force figures. So we'll try to be festive. We'll try to be festive for that stream. So we'll try to keep the festivities up. But anyway, that's it for me. I'm done rambling. I'm done for the night. I'm getting off, and I'll see all of you Monday night. I'm out.